Hello YouTubers and welcome to another episode of the vlog. A lovely session in the pier with Mr. Stanhope in bow and myself in the stroke seat. Very, very different to rowing the 8. Maybe I'll make a video about that at some point. Differences between the different boats, but only sweeping ones because my experience in sculling boats varies dramatically because I am not very good at it. But after a session like that, after a long paddle in the pier or any boat or doing any exercise in general, you have to do one thing, and that's fuel up, because remember, food is fuel. Oh yeah! And we've made it into the room after the fueling up. Had a little bit of a nap. Oh, the lads, Edward had a nap as well. Look at that. Oh yeah, and Frank. Oh yeah. And Richard as well, but he's disappeared. Then a little bit of photo editing and some video editing. Chilling out before the next session on the water. Or before lunch, after lunch? Before I had lunch. Did we have lunch? We had lunch. Oh yeah, because remember, food is fuel. And then we go out and do a Szechuan on the water again. But this time we're going in the 8, so a bit faster. A little less delicate, one may say, because I'll be sitting in 5 seat. So we're going to get to that after walking down there. Oh, yeah. And we've made it to the course. A little bit of drone flying. All goes so hot. Didn't press record on some of the pieces, but now it's time to get on the water. So let's get to it. Oh, yeah! And we've finished another long paddle, but this time in the octuple. Going a lot faster than the pair this morning. Very different styles just by being a bigger boat, faster boat than in the pair. Very interesting, the adjustments you have to make and the different type of, it even feels like different types of fitness you need because it just takes longer, even though it's the same. But now it's time to go, shower up, fuel up, because remember, food is fuel after a long session, so let's get to it. And we've made it back into the room after dinner, after fueling up. A delicious selection of food for today. Absolutely delicious. But now it's time to really recover after some long paddling today. A session in the pair and a session in the 8. Like I said, it's always quite interesting how when you switch boats from session to session, how different they really are. Not so much switching from an 8 to a different 8, but switching from a bigger boat to a smaller boat or a smaller boat to a bigger boat. So I'm going to just chat about that just now. So the differences between a pair, 4, 8, obviously the obvious ones. You've got more people as the boats get bigger. So with the more people, you get more speed. And as the boat gets faster, the stroke becomes a bit different. So it's a bit more difficult to hook on and send the boat off as the boat gets faster. So in an 8, and that's a bit more technical, just to and then as the boat gets smaller, you can feel the boat accelerate more because the boat slows down more between strokes because the overall speed is slower. So there's those differences, and then you have things like just how an 8 feels versus a pair. The 8 feels very team-like, and the pair feels, even though it's you and another person, it feels less It feels like you're a bit separate from the team and it's just a solo thing. It's just you and your pair partner. Whereas the 8, you've got 7 different people all with a blade, and then the coxswain all working to one goal. So it feels a bit different in that respect. And lastly, as the boats get smaller, the balance becomes a bit more difficult. So in an 8, the boat can be tippy, but the chances of you falling in are very low. And so Richard has got a lovely mouthful of crisp. But you're not going to fall in an 8, but you might have some big wobbles. And then in the pair, I've fallen in the pair, and I wouldn't say it's easy to do, but it can definitely happen, especially if the gate isn't undone or done up properly, or if you just forget to hold the blade properly, or you catch a big crab and over you go. So that would be some differences of the 8s versus pair rowing and 4s rowing. Let me know in the comments below if you think there are any other differences, and let me know about sculling differences. I'm assuming they're very, very similar, but maybe I've missed something out. And that will be it for today's video, Yam Squad. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and as always, remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and have a good one.